Saturday, January 11, 2013. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is the driver's seat I'm rebuilding for my 1983 Mercedes 240D project. I am back to work today here, and I actually do have the armrest off the seat. I was struggling with that at the end of the last video, and let me show you. I have the armrest off. Now here's the attachment point. In order to get the armrest off the seat, you actually have to take the seat back off. And then there's two fasteners in here. There's this very large 27mm nut and a 10mm bolt down here. The difficulty I ran into was that this, you can see all the rust on here. As I've said repeatedly, the bottom of this car was more or less open to the elements for years. You're very unlikely to run into this kind of rust working on Mercedes seats, but thankfully everything is still basically solid. It's just difficult to get everything apart. So anyhow, I'm going to be cleaning these up and using some... I'm not sure if I'm going to use anti-seize to get it back on or go the other way and use some thread locker. But anyhow, the next step, now that I have the armrest off, is I'm going to peel the upholstery now off the seat. As you can see, I did disconnect it from the seat last week. Unfortunately, the cardboard strips have separated from the upholstery. The stitching just basically dissolved, so I may glue this back on before I put the seat back together. So I'm going to get the upholstery off now, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Also, incidentally, you can see the seat bottom down here, and I finally did test it out today. I mean, the shape is just a little bit off, but I really won't be able to do much better. But I set it on the concrete floor, I sat down on it, and it was even more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. So I'm feeling good about this project. Like I said, even if the shape of the seats ends up a little bit off, I think the seats are going to turn out to be comfortable and presentable. So I'm going to move on now, get the vinyl off the seat, and I'll show you what I'm going to do from there. Okay, I have the seat vinyl separated from the seat now, and once I had everything disconnected, it just slid right off, so there was really no big deal there. And here you can see the seat frame. I have already peeled off the old horsehair padding, which actually fared much worse than the one off the seat bottom. It sort of came off in one piece, but it's all crumbled. I mean, there's no way I can really use it for a pattern, so what I'm very likely going to do is just lay the seat frame itself down on top of the memory foam just to get the basic size and shape so I can measure and cut a new piece of foam. The first thing I'm actually going to do is repair the vinyl here. And it actually looks like there's no missing piece here, unlike on the seat. Everything's here, so what I can do is I can, like I did before, glue another piece of vinyl here underneath, which I don't think is entirely necessary, and then stitch up this tear. So I am going to go ahead and take care of that, and once I have that done, I'm also going to go ahead and glue the cardboard strip back onto the underside of the fabric here. So once I'm done, I'll be able to tuck this back into the seat and put it back together like it was. So I'm going to do those two things, and then I'll take care of cutting the new foam. Okay, I have cut the new foam pad, but before I mount it to the seat frame, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the seat bottom, which is I'm going to cut a piece of nice thick heavy canvas to shape here and hog ring it to the seat springs. So once again, to minimize the possibility of the springs digging into and damaging the seat pad. So I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of canvas on here before I go any further. And now that I have this layer of canvas attached and hog-ringed to the seat spring frame, I am going to do a little bit of the same with the new pad, which is just around the edges, a couple of hog rings to hold it in place so it stays in place while I put the cover back on it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, I have the seat pad now attached to the frame, and I actually also used some of that spray adhesive. The last thing I'm going to do before I put the vinyl cover back on is I'm going to lubricate the seat back reclining mechanism. I already did get some PB Blaster in there when I got the seat apart, and it is moving again, but I certainly would like to get it moving better. So I'm going to get some oil on those joints, and then I'm going to slip the vinyl cover over the frame. So this is where I'm going to call it quits for the day. I have the new padding installed, and I have the vinyl stretched over it again and fastened in place. I still have to reinstall the seat back, but before I do that I do want to repair the bungee cord, and I'm going to need some bungee to do that. And this here actually does feel nice and soft and supportive now. It has the same general feel as the seat bottom does now, but like I said, I placed the seat bottom on the concrete floor here in the basement a little earlier, and I sat on it, and it was more comfortable than I thought it would be. These have entirely different characteristics than the original Mercedes horsehair padding and even the Mercedes foam padding. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out. You can see the shape is just a hair distorted maybe, but not too bad really. These pleats here, I didn't have to do any work on them. The original padding in there kept their shape. So tomorrow when I get back out here, I'm going to do the best I can to get the seat back together, including the seat tracks, which were kind of a bear to take apart, and certainly do still have to be re-lubricated. But hopefully by tomorrow I'll have the seat back and intact. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can finish this up in just one more installment of the video. Have a good one.